In this lesson, we will learn how to graph and solve for absolute value equations and inequalities. We will start with absolute value equations. In the equation, the absolute value of 3x minus 5 equals 11. There are two possibilities. The answer inside the absolute value sign could be a positive number or a negative number. To accommodate for those two options, we will solve two separate equations. For the first equation, we will write the equation exactly how it is, but no absolute value signs. So 3x minus 5 equals 11. For the second equation, we will write exactly what's in the absolute value sign. So 3x minus 5. And then everything outside the absolute value sign has the opposite sign. So since it was a positive 11, the answer will be negative 11. Now that we have those two equations, we can solve those and come up with two separate answers for our absolute value equation. In the first example, 3x minus 5 equals 11. We add 5 to both sides. For 3x equals 16, and then we divide by 3. So x equals 16 thirds, which is the same as 5 and 1/3. In the second example, we have 3x minus 5 equals negative 11. Add 5 to both sides. Our new equation, 3x equals negative 6. Divide by both sides by 3, and x equals negative 2. So the two possible solutions for the equation, the absolute value of 3x minus 5 equals 11, are x is equal to 5 and 1/3. X is equal to 5 and 1/3, or x is equal to negative 2. Now we will try a few more examples. Example 1. So step 1 is to write two equations. 2x minus 4 equals 12. So we just wrote the equation exactly how it was in the original problem. With the second part, we will write the equation again, only anything that's outside of the absolute value will become the opposite sign. So 2x minus 4 equals negative 12. Now we will solve both of those for x. So equation 1, we add 4 to both sides. 2x equals 16. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 8. There's one solution. Equation number 2, we add 4 to both sides. 2x equals negative 8. Divide both sides by 2, and x equals negative 4. So the two possible solutions for our absolute value equation are x equals 8 and x equals negative 4. In the next example, again, we write the two equations. 3x minus 5 minus 2 equals 11. So we wrote the equation exactly how it was originally written. In the second part of the example, we change anything outside of the absolute value sign. So 3x minus 5, we keep that the same because it was in the absolute value sign. Everything outside changes to the opposite sign. So since it was a negative 2, it's going to become a positive 2. And since this was a positive 11, it becomes negative 11. So the key to this is changing the sign on anything outside of the absolute value sign to the opposite sign in your second equation. Now we can combine like terms. So we combine your negative 5 and negative 2. So 3x minus 7 equals 11. add 7 to both sides. 3x equals 18. Divide by 3. X equals 6. In the second equation, again, we combine like terms. So 3x minus 3 equals negative 11. We add 3 to both sides. So 3x equals negative 8. We divide both sides by 3. So x equals negative 8 thirds. And in the last example, again, we write 5x minus 2 equals negative 6. The problem is that this answer can never happen, because if I take the absolute value of something, it should always be a positive. So as soon as we see that we have an answer that's a negative answer when it's an absolute value equation, that means there is no solution. It is not possible to take the absolute value of something and get a negative number.